Hey guys, we are Adam and Ollie and welcome back to Car Chat TV. In today's episode, we have a very exciting car to show you because this is the most popular family SUV being sold in the UK, and it is the Kia Sportage, and they've got a brand new one. Ollie, what are you excited to do today?
I am excited to take this new facelift on the UK roads and give it an honest test drive. On top of that, I'm going to share with you all the new changes they have done to this facelift, and there's only one trim level, in my opinion, that I think is worth going for. I'm going to share that with you in today's episode. If that sounds good, keep watching. Just to let you guys know, we release an episode every single Friday. Next week, we check out the brand new Hyundai Santa Fe plug-in hybrid. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that episode. It's built to handle school runs, commutes, and weekend trips with ease. The name Sportage comes from mixing sport with heritage. Sporty looks with the history of Kia's best-selling SUV behind it. In 2024, it was Britain's best-selling SUV with over 41,000 units sold. And in 2025, it's kept that crown with more than 33,000 already on the road. Across its lifetime, get this, over 469,000 Sportages have been sold in the UK alone, and more than 7 million worldwide. Impressive figures. All right, we're going to go through all the new changes in quick, rapid succession. Are you ready? New front bumper and new lights. New back bumper and new graphics in these lights.
All new alloy wheels.
New side cladding. Steering wheel is different. The drive mode has been put on the steering wheel. They listened. There is no more black gloss on the center console. It's a brushed effect now. The vents have changed. It's more of a hidden vent design now. You have the new software that is seen in other electric vehicles and new infotainment screens. They have upgraded soundproofing materials in the B pillars and the door cards, so it's more quiet inside. Come with me. See that? That's a hidden rear wiper.
Wow.
It's 25mm longer, but all other dimensions stay the same. Flappy paddles that work the regen levels in eco mode and then work the gears in sport mode. Another new thing, which is pretty interesting, I think, it uses OpenAI. It's got a new AI assistant, so let's check it out. Hey Kia. Hey Kia. Tell me about Donington Castle.
Donington Castle, located in Berkshire, England, is a medieval castle dating back to the 13th century, notable for its impressive ruins and historical significance during the English Civil War.
Okay, that's enough of that. Well, that's good. It learns your behaviour, so something's really cool. We all need to be using AI, and it's great the Sportage has it. So now the Sportage has gotten rid of all of its mild hybrid engines. You've got a 1.6 litre petrol engine. You can have it in a manual, which is the cheapest in the pure trim level. So you've got pure GT Line, GT Line S. Then you've got a 7-speed DCT. Then you've got hybrid. We don't know about the plug-in hybrids just yet, but the hybrids, which this one is, GT Line, has a new updated 6-speed auto gearbox as well. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the episode. So basically you've got 3 trim levels now, all using that 1.6 litre engine. This one, for reference, has got 235 brake horsepower, and it does 0 to 62 in 7.9 seconds. So we'll see what that's like on the open roads. Okay, now what's interesting is comfort levels in the back of this new facelift Sportage. I've got Adam with me. Speak!
Right, let me give you my review of the back of the Sportage, starting with my knee room. Let's have a little look, shall we? So I've got quite a bit of knee room here, not really too much to complain about. The seats in front of you are manual. I don't know why they should really just be electric. But you've got a little bit of storage here with this strange little coat hanger here, when you've got stuff that you can hang off the seat here, which is pretty good. So yeah, I don't really know why you'd need that. You've got a little bit of vents and the temperature controls in the middle, as well as some USBs, which is pretty good for people in the back. Moving on to the middle, you've got 2 cup holders on your armrest here, which is quite nice, and the materials themselves are nice and soft as well, with this velvet and the sort of leather. They feel nice and squidgy. The seat position itself is quite nice. It's not too upright, but the seats are a little bit firm. Okay, so in the back you can recline your seats a little bit, so it goes a little bit further back, so it's quite nice if you're on a long journey and you want to relax. That is a nice feature, Kia. Some grab rails here that you can see. What I will say, in the back, your view is quite good. The seats aren't too big, so in a lot of cars you get these massive seats that you can't really see around, and it makes the back feel quite claustrophobic. In the Sportage, it's quite good because you can see the seats in front of you that I'll show you. You can see around them, and it's pretty good. With these windows at head height, lots of visibility, and I feel like it's going to be a nice place to be. So yeah, that's my review of the back.
Let's talk about boot space then. You've got 587 litres in this hybrid version, an adjustable boot floor, which is pretty handy, and you can take your parcel shelf down and pop it in this little area here, which works really well. And then you can move this down just a little tad. That works well. You've got a 12 volt socket there, and as standard, 40, 20, 40 rear seat split. And then you've got these handles, not electric, but you pull them, and there you go. You'll have to let me know what you think about the boot size. So this is a front wheel drive hybrid. You can get all wheel drive in the GT Line S variants and spec that for those that really want all wheel drive. I've got to say, overall, there's not big changes to the platform. Suspension wise, it just drives really well, just like the old Sportage. Deals with lumps and bumps very well. I remember the old Sportage, it's so similar, to be fair. It just seems really well composed, nice and flat, and settles. It just settles itself down really well. So I'd say it's really comfortable. But I would say is it's very quiet, like so quiet. The soundproofing that's changed in the B pillars and the door cards, it's so lovely and quiet in here. Such a really cool, peaceful cabin. So I think you can see why it's such a top seller for Kia, their flagship model, because suspension's good, it's comfy, and it's even more quieter now. So the most refined Sportage ever.
Quick pause on the video just to share with you some of our latest links. We've got some exclusive members content for you, so we're going to bring brand new loose deals and some car news for you, and some exclusive shorts as well. We've also got a brand new Patreon, so if you want your name featured in our videos, please sign up and follow the link in the description, as well as some brand new merch. We've got some cool designs I want you to check out and let us know what you think.
So one thing that's new is now you can use the paddles for regen. So when you're in eco mode and changing the modes, it's so easy. You've got drive modes here, and then you do have, I've got eco and sport in this one, front wheel drive. You do have mud, snow for all wheel drive versions, which is going to help with the traction. But in eco, I can literally change the regens on level 3, lift off, and I can actually feel that harvesting back a little bit. I can see my gauge, my battery, I'm about 3/4 full. And then when you put it in sport, it does the gears, and we'll have a little go on some roads using sport later. But at the moment, listen, every now and again, I just want to show you the engine noise, because that's important, just to see how loud it actually is when we're driving. So let's give it a little poke out of here. So there you go, you can hear the engine just kind of get a little bit raucous every now and again when you put your foot down. This is definitely the one to get if you want a bit more performance, because the non-hybrid ones are going to be 9.4 seconds, not 62. I think the hybrid at 7.9 seconds is just a little bit better in terms of performance when you need it, and I haven't had any issues so far. I think the majority of people that use this car is going to be pretty chilled, cruising, doing a family trip. Right, okay, let's put it into sport mode. There we go, sport mode activated. Plant. Okay, I've got to say, suspension's great. Does seem pretty flat. Body roll is pretty minimal, and it just settles itself well. You hit the potholes, absorbs it well. Let's change the gears a bit, change it down. Ooh, revvy in second gear, into third. It's just a little bit sharper, this new updated 6-speed. Just those changes a bit quicker than the old one, and that's pretty good. I'd say it is quite on the noisy side, a little bit. I don't know if you would get a bit annoyed with it having it on sport for too long. Again, I don't think it's the type of car that you're going to be ragging around, whatnot, keeping it in eco to try and maximise your range, which is interesting because this hybrid is supposed to get 50.4 mpg. Now that's great. If you're getting that, then that's really worth it. I think that's good. If anyone has got the hybrid version and the old Sportage, let me know in the comments what mpg you've been getting.
Okay, so let's have a little walk around this brand new Sportage and check it out, because the design, I'll get it right, it's slightly different, isn't it, Ollie? You really like this car, don't you?
I think it's crazy how they can keep making it look better and better. But let's be honest, to me, it's like a baby Sorento, because we saw the new Sorento and test drove that, went to the launch, and now this is just like a baby Sorento. It's all grille, baby.
It's all grille, baby, yeah, definitely. So it's going to be a bit divided, because me personally, I don't really like the design of the last Kia Sportage, which actually parked up next to us a minute ago.
Yeah.
So I managed to get a few shots of it, but I wasn't really keen on the front end especially, but I feel like they have improved it and they've just brought it in line with the other Kia products they've got.
With the design language. But I actually really like the old pre-facelift with the boomerang headlights that came down like that. It looked great. Now they've got this scythe effect, which is a farmer's tool for harvesting crops or death. You know, harvesting heads, you know, like the big weapon he's got. So I see that in the headlights. Then you've got the stacked vertical, like you see in the Sorrento. This is the blue flame colour as well. I think that looks nice.
I'm not sure we'll look too far into that farmer's tool, but the,
I've heard you like a farmer's tool. Take that, Rog. Then we've got these 19-inch rims, right? So this is on them now. They've got all new alloy designs, which is great. On the pure trim, this drops down to 17 inches, so probably a little bit more comfortable. But you get 19 inches on this hybrid, and I think they're pretty good. And the guy parked up in the old Sportage, who's from Perth, said, "Mate, really like the style of that alloy."
He did actually like this, didn't he? But this reminds me of the EV3 when it came out, the old wheels that you got with that. But this is the side profile of the car. Obviously, not much has changed in terms of dimensions compared to the old one.
Tell me what I'm going to say and what I like on the side.
The black, no chrome.
No chrome. Black looks so good. The car that parked next to us, the old Kia, it did have, depending on the trim level as well, that will be blacked out. You've got different cladding down here, which looks good. It's just kind of less black cladding, a little bit more of this kind of element, which I think looks really good. And then,
yeah, I feel like I prefer it to the old one.
Yeah.
And especially round the back of this, I just feel like they've made small enhancements that have
tweaks.
Tweaks that have just made the overall look just a lot better.
So you've got new graphics within the rear lights, but the shape of the lights are so similar to the one on the pre-facelift, but they look good. You've got this really nice glowing red, and then down here, obviously the bumper's been redesigned, and you've got a hidden wiper under there, which is really cool.
Wipe.
Yeah, hidden wiper. Everyone likes a hidden wipe, don't they?
That's it, lovely. So that is the outside of the Kia Sportage. Let us know what you think about it in the comments down below.
The steering isn't too light either in eco mode. There's got a good weight to it, and every now and again, which is quite good, it tells you when you're in EV mode. So there isn't a separate EV button that you can use and deplete your battery, a bit like the Qashqai e-Power or an e-pedal. It just kind of does it all automatically. And then when you put it into sport mode, it weights up a little bit more. But I do really enjoy how they've done the weight in this wheel, because there's so many cars now that's just really light, and it's still really easy to, you know, park up when you're doing low speeds. But when you are going a bit quicker on the B roads, you fancy a spirited drive, it's a good weighted wheel, and it gives you that stability when you're going around those corners like I'm doing now. And I'm in sport mode, and you can just, you can hear that engine get a little bit louder, but it's got some poke, and it just feels really well settled. And yeah, it's soaking up. It's doing really well on these B roads, on these mid corners, tight corners, and then when you want to put your foot flat, it goes again. And the steering, it just gives you a ton of confidence, just because it's a little bit more stiffer. And then when you're ready, it's so easy to change the drive modes. What an absolute, all steering wheels should have the drive mode on the wheel. You never have to take your eyes off the road. It's simple. Having it on the center console is just whack. Keep it on there, and they've noticed that. And then you just see now, it just loosens up just a little bit, but it's good. So steering, tick. Suspension, tick. Looks, subjective. You'll have to let me know. Okay, let's talk about a couple of negatives then, because it's still, you know, even if you're going for the bottom trim level hybrid version, the pure 34K, don't get electric seats. And nowadays you're thinking, buying a new car, that could be something that's standard. You know, you don't want to get it on the GT Line S. And with all these Chinese companies and brands coming in that's just giving you everything, including the pano roof, again, you don't get that until you get the GT Line S. And also 4.3 inches on your Digi Dash. Now you've got the screen either side, which it kind of works, but I'm thinking of like N-Connect to Qashqai level, which isn't even the top trim level. That gets a full driver display Digi Dash as standard. So again, I think there could be some play in giving some more standard equipment option, because for some of us and most of us, we don't care. But there's so many options out there now, isn't there, in the UK, more and more choice. And I'm thinking these might be the things that make you go, you know what, I'm not going to go for that one, because this one comes with a load more standard tech. What do you guys think about that? Also, I would say the engine is a little bit louder than I was expecting when you're pushing the car.
Right, we're inside.
Cool.
Cool. We're inside of the Kia Sportage, and I wanted to show you what it's like in here, just to give you an idea in case you haven't seen one. This is what it looks like. Let me turn you around so you can have a little look. This is the driving position. This is a Kia Sportage driver.
Hello, how you doing? I'm sitting in the GT line, not the GT Line S.
I do like the steering wheel.
Yeah, the steering's nice.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, so this is an updated steering wheel as well. And just like in the Kia EV6, like the same design, 2-spoke, individual buttons. Because you've got the GT line, you've got this white and black contrast, but it does feel squidgy in the right places. Good touch point, to be fair.
Good to know. And so moving on, I want to talk to you about the middle of this, because we're gonna tell you a couple of negatives about the Sportage as well. Because at Car Chat TV, we like to cover both bases, not be overly positive.
Honest.
Honest.
We're honest, aren't we?
Exactly. So anyway, moving on to this, I'm not sure about this material because I feel like it's going to scratch really easily.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
They've only just recently changed this from the piano black gloss.
I didn't like either. I feel like they've gone from bad to bad.
So now they've got this kind of brushed. I think they could have gone for even more of a brushed aluminium effect. This is kind of like lines.
There is a lot of lines there. But it's good to see heated steering wheel, which
Heated
is
seats.
on my. Why is this on my side? Surely the heated steering wheel needs to be over there. Anyway, heated seats. That's pretty good to see. And then 2 blank buttons. That doesn't do anything.
I think you probably get ventilated there on the GT Line S. That's what that would be.
Good to know.
Let's turn them off because my bum is warm enough.
USB chargers. Talk to me.
Oh, let me tell you something. Right, so this is really important actually because I spoke to the Kia product lady who's head of the Sportage, and I said to her, what is one thing that no car reviewer mentions in their videos? And she said, you know what, there is something. There is the charging bit here that no one says what it actually is for. Now this button, we actually thought for ages ago that it was like a supercharge. It's not. So when the passenger plugs in your phone, right, what happens is that kicks off the driver's CarPlay. So what you need to do to override that is press that so it goes just to the charge, and then the passenger can charge it without kicking off the wireless CarPlay, because as you notice, sometimes when you're in a car, you put the USB in and it goes Apple CarPlay. So that's what that is. We thought we'd mention it and be the first ones to let you know.
Yeah, I see it gets subbed to Car Chat TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice big display.
Well,
they're pretty clear as well.
So let's talk about that, because the GT Line S is the only one that gets the big driver display. This is the only digital bit, 4.3 inches.
Let's have a little look.
Which, Adam, you know about that, don't you? 4.3 inches is enough.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, sounds familiar. And then obviously you've got your bigger infotainment screen here, 12.3 inches, but you do get a 12.3 inch on the GT Line S as well. Oh my God.
God, look at them all. They're all coming to see the Sportage.
Yeah, or the Donington Castle. What's better looking? Anyway, so that's interesting because the pure trim, the GT line that we are in, get the 4.3 inch. And I think later on when we talk about trim levels, I think it is enough because you've got enough display, because it's a lot more for the GT Line S. Okay, do you want another tip?
Go on then.
Oliver's tip? Okay, here it comes. It depends if you've been watching a lot of our videos. If you press and hold the mute button here on your volume, press and hold there, what you can do is, there you go, speed limit warning, sound is off, because that is very annoying and it pops up. It doesn't always know the speed limits of where you're going and it can keep beeping. So if you ever want to turn it off, press and hold that volume wheel down, and there you go, I've showed you. Here, on our other videos as well, you've got your media bar, which they've kept, which you thought maybe they'll update. You can press and hold the paper airplane, or you can press and hold the fan and then say, look, what do you want as your default? I want the infotainment, so it'll always go to these shortcut buttons.
That's good. I do like this bar of Kia. I feel like they do well with that, and other manufacturers should have like a custom bar that you can sort out.
Because what I really like actually is quick favourite buttons. So I've got one on the wheel, so if I press that, it goes straight to my hybrid, or actually someone's changed it, it goes to the map. Or if I press this button, all right, that one goes to my hybrid. I knew one of them did. So I love that they've got two, and that's really cool. I think a lot of steering wheels should have it. And they put the drive mode on the wheel, which is great, rather than on the console.
Decent. Storage. Let's have a look at that then. So you've got a little bit down here.
Oh, hello.
With a little 12 volt, which is cool. And then you've got these.
Seen those, we like them, don't we?
We've seen those, so they're quite interesting, and you can just pop them away for a bit of extra space. Other than that, door bins are pretty small. Let's have a look at that. Look at the state of that carpet.
Look at the state of that.
Look at the state of that. But other than that, there's not much else, is there? Nice big sort of rotary gear selector here. You start, stop.
Yep.
Other than that, there's not much else to talk about.
The seats are nice, right? And you've got the little dynamic inserts with the GT line logo there, and the contrast of the white and the faux leather works. And then you've got a little bit of give on the top of the door cards. It's not overly plush, and this is quite nice to lean your arm, elbow on. This is quite hard, but good to shut the door. Materials overall, like, I think are fair for this price point. You know, this one's sitting around 36,500. But yeah, I think materials.
I mean, I would say it's not giving luxury, is it?
No.
It's not giving luxury at all. And I feel like a lot of the materials are on the cheaper side. Like, this is rock hard.
I think that's fair to say. Some of them you could see. I mean, this one's scratched already a little bit.
Overall summary, what do you think? Better than the Qashqai?
Wow, so you can't just give me that like that. Two big titans. In fact, I'll put that to the audience. What would you rather, Qashqai or Sportage? I do like this GT line. I do like that you've got the paddles in here as well, and we'll talk about because that does do the regen. That's something new. But the steering wheel's great, individual buttons, and where you put your hands mostly on the wheel, it's a good place to be. Good touch point. It's not overly littered with fancy soft touch materials. It's just kind of sort of the bare minimum, but it does do the job. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it's decent. I just think they could have made it even better.
Let me talk to you about my favourite trim level. I think, to me, what makes perfect sense is if you were to buy or PCP the pure trim line with the hybrid. You get 50 mpg, it's around 34k, not too bad, and you still get front sensors, back sensors, camera. You get this 4.3 inch digi-dash like you get in this GT line. This is £2,500 more, and you only really get bigger rims, so the Pure is going to be comfier too, because you get 17 inches on that, 19 inches on the GT line, privacy glass on this, heated seats on this, and different actual seats as well. And then we'll show you later in another video what their trim levels look like different, but you get black gloss elements on the styling. So if you really want the GT line styling and you want to do the 2.5k, however, I think the Pure Hybrid is the best value pick. If you're leasing, well then it's a different kettle of fish, because sometimes lease deals you get the GT Line S for cheaper than the lower trims. But I will put a leasing deal down in the description below. Let me know what you think makes most sense out of the trim levels. It's time to talk competition. Kia Sportage base hybrid is £34,425. The Tucson is £36,245 for their base trim. Then the VW Tiguan hybrid, £37,230. The Honda CR-V, £47,350. No thanks. This one, the Nissan Qashqai with the new e-Power system, £34,860. To me, the battle of the titans is Sportage or Qashqai. What would you rather have? Let me know in the comments. So let's have a little chat about the plug-in hybrid Sportage. We don't have any details about that just yet, because you can't spec it if you go on the UK website. So we're not sure whether that's going to, I think it's coming a little bit later on in the year. And apparently you should be able to get one which is front wheel drive, and it doesn't have to be all wheel drive, because the old one was all wheel drive. So that's a good option. The only thing is, I hope it's not just going to be the same battery, because I believe it was around 40-ish miles on the old plug-in hybrid. And now options, if you're bringing out a new car, you've got to be competing with the likes of BYD, the CLU DMI did 78 miles. You've got the MG plug-in hybrid HS, that was like 76. Then recently, a bigger car, the Emoda 9, that's got 93 miles of range with these plug-in hybrids. So they're getting more and more miles of range. So I hope there are some tweaks to squeeze out some more juice, because then that could be a really credible option as well. Okay, let's have a little look at the camera quality of the Sportage, because I think that's pretty important. And this is our options in the GT line. I mean, it's okay and it's usable, but it's a bit grainy. You can't really see the clarity of that storage box there. Then you've got your guides here, and then that's looking down on the back bumper. Yeah, so it's a bit blurry. I don't know what's going on, but there you go. Very, you know, usable. Not the biggest, but very useful. But not the best quality. Let me know what you think. Okay, let's talk about MPG. They say this hybrid can do 50.4 MPG. I've got 41.9 from our filming trip today. 41.9. That isn't too bad. I would love to know, any Sportage hybrid owners out there, have you beaten that? Do you think that's good? I think you could probably get it a little bit higher if you've got a bit of a light foot and a bit of a longer journey as well. But there you go, 41.9, that's dropped down to 41.2 mpg.
Okay, so that has been our episode on this brand new facelift Kia Sportage, and we do like the car. I like the changes. I feel like Kia have made an effort. They've got loads going on at Kia at the minute, so keep an eye on more Kias coming to the UK roads. Ollie, what do you reckon? You having one?
I think I would have one on a really good value lease deal. I'd always be looking at what the trim level is, because some lease deals do great top trim level. So if you've got a GT Line S and you've got it fully loaded, it would be good. The car's great, still fun to drive. This one's really nice and quiet, probably the most refined Sportage they've done yet. Let me know what you think about the Sportage in the comments below. What would you have over the Sportage? I'm really interested to see what you guys would have. As always, throw a like if you like the episode, get a sub to Car Chat TV, and we will see you on the next one. If you've made it this far, thank you ever so much for watching. I've just popped up 2 more videos on your screen that you also may like. If you do watch one, let me know what you think.